two professional golf tours, one of which have world ranking points, and occasionally we get Asian tour events. But then that's just the professional side alone. That doesn't really have anything to do with junior golf. But I'd say it's because it's just starting to gain popularity, and once it gains popularity, people just keep coming in. And when there's more people, there's more competition. And there's more competition, you have to get better, faster, I'd say. So yeah, and the parents are very competitive, so everyone's trying to be the best. Yeah.
Uh, I guess it helps that you have, previous Thai players who have done well, like people to look up to
Yeah.
and, follow their steps. Who did you say
Yes.
is your role model among the Thai players?
Oh, Tongshai, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, they're all great. I play with Kiridex like since I was 5, 6 years old. We used to practice at the same place, but Tongshai would have been my role model since I started playing, and obviously I've been fortunate enough to have him help, like that he's been helping me for the past 4 years with my game mentally and physically as well.
Next week is the AAC. You must be looking forward to that as well.
Yes, 100%.
This will be your first.
Yeah, this will be my first AAC, and I've never played an event at Amata either, so looking forward to that as well.
So you on offer, you got spots in the Masters and the Open. So, that's something. What do you think of that? I mean, that really must
I
be
mean,
added
it's
impetus.
it just feels unreal, honestly, that for a tournament so close to my home, playing with other amateurs without pros, and yes, the field is obviously still very impressive. I mean, there's going to be my fellow teammates on the national team who I know are capable of playing really good golf. There's going to be like the Japanese dude, guys like Taishi Ko. So it's still going to be a big challenge, but it really feels unreal, and it's like a cheat code that there's an event that gets you to two or three majors like very easily.
You played Amata before, casually.
Yeah, like probably 5 times by now.
What do you think of the golf course?
It's an amazing golf course. I mean, it's proven itself in the past. The layout is done really well. Even in very bad weather, they've still managed to keep the course, I think, like really nice. The greens is just a little slow, but everything else is it's great and beautiful as well.
Uh, Sorry, I'm not quite sure why. Okay, anyway, moving forward beyond the AAC, what are your plans next
Uh
year?
oh, okay. So next year,
Mhm.
just schoolwork. I have my eight, like seven other IGCSEs to do in May, June. So I gotta get revising for that as well, and just more golf and more school.
Question is, when do you target to turn pro, or you're gonna go to college, right?
Yeah, I'm going to college, so there's not a definite time or year that I know that I'm going to turn pro, or an event that I know I'll turn pro after. So it's really hard to say.
I think Tam has some questions for you. This is my colleague Tam. Sure. So
Okay.
I ask, she's
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
So actually, I've got a few questions right here. How would you describe your 2022 so far?
I mean, obviously it's been great. Uh, Actually, I got split into two parts. The first part, up until my win, was great. I played my first event outside Thailand in January, like for first professional event, finished third, was in contention the whole time. Saudi Arabia and Singapore was great, and then I come back, played really good in Black Mountain, and then won in April. And then after that, things have been just kind of slow, but like for as in like in terms of the golf side, but that's just been probably because I was traveling a lot and going to the US and the UK as well. I've learned a lot of things. Obviously, I haven't been there for a long time, and professional golf in the States is still just like Thailand, is still very different from junior golf in the States. And Europe was my first time there as well. So I've learned a lot of things. I've gotten to know the weather, the grass, how to play there. So I'm looking forward to going back. But yeah, it's been a successful year because coming back, I think I've but comparing myself now back to where I was in a year, no doubt I've gotten better. I think comparing myself from now even to the week I won, I'm talking like in the past 3 weeks that I've had a lot of time to practice compared to back in April. I think me now, how I played at Stonehill, like when I went to play in the Live Golf on Sunday, I think that person would have completely destroyed the TK that won in April. So I think it's been a good year, I'd say.
That sounds so eventful. So, out of everything, what would you say is the most memorable moment, probably so far?
Winning's got to be the most memorable moment, but I'd like to win again soon. I can't lie, it's getting really boring talking about one win, and I've forgotten about it already. So I want a second one whenever possible.
Nice. So let's just think about like next year. Is there like any specific goals for like 2023?
It's hard to say on the golf side, right? Because there actually, yeah. I'd hopefully try to get to world number 1 on amateur rankings. That would be one goal. I got to 6 this year, and it's just been a constant drop. Unfortunately, I'm like 12th now or 11th. So yeah, I think number 1 would be one of those things. And it's a little hard to say for the rest, but hopefully maybe get 1 or 2 more wins at least. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, so I'm just going to focus on the next goal, which is win again. And for a little bit more long term, for like a year, would be get to world number 1 for amateur rankings and official world rankings. I really don't know what to say for that, because our points are really diminished. Like every tour outside, Asian tours points, all Thailand points are getting much lower. So it's hard to say that I want to get into the top 100, because to do that, like top 100 or top 200, that would have been to win 3 events or 2 events. Now it would probably be like 12 or 13 events to even get close. But fortunately, amateur rankings aren't affected.
Yeah. So aside from how Thongchai you mentioned just now, is there any other person or like something that inspires you to like be better like every single weekday?
Ooh. I think it's just for the sake of getting better. Like I think I really don't like losing, and being the best at something is pretty cool. And I'm very, very far from it. So getting there is the inspiration.
Nice. What does your routine look like before a round?
Oh, before a round. So at the golf course, it would be around over an hour and a half. I spend time in the locker rooms just to warm up, stretch, and I'm not talking on the range. I'm talking in the locker room, stretching, foam rolling, activating muscles. On side note, this is the biggest difference I've seen from pro golf and junior golf. The junior golf, they show up to the range, they take 3 practice swings, and then they just get going. Pro golf, especially the older dudes, they spend 20 to 30 minutes alone in the locker rooms just stretching. So that's what I'm trying to do, to make sure that my body is ready and I don't get injured in the long run. And after that, it's just a warm up in the range, short game, and putting.
Yeah, that sounds really amazing that you kind of differentiate yourself from like trying to get to the next level with those kind of routines. So one last question will probably be, is there like one thing that you do after a good round?
Practice. I do it after every round. Yeah. And sleep. Practice and rest are
Okay,
the
I'll
most
pass it back to
important
John.
things.
Hey, thanks, PK. So I'll see you in Bangkok next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll be there. So I'm flying in on Monday.
Perfect.
Okay. And
Oh, nice. Yeah.
yeah, enjoy the rest of your stay in Singapore. Thanks for taking the
Thank
time
you.
to speak to us.
No worries. My
And I
pleasure.
look forward
Thank
to
you.
seeing you in person next week.
Yes.
And
See you
hi,
soon.
Leonard.
yeah, Leonard. But see you guys.
It's
Bye
easier.
bye.
Okay. Bye. Thanks.